What's up YouTube? Just back with another video for Carnivorous Plants Journey. And today I'm going to try to attempt my first repotting at a Cephalotus follicularis. I'm kind of curious if maybe it just, the reason they're not doing so good is maybe the roots are just too close to the water table in the tray here, in this little shallow tray. You see they came in these little, what they call succulent pots. You know, it's not very big. As compared to my finger, it's only, 2 knuckles down deep. So I'm gonna try to repot one of these so that when I water, the roots are out of the water table. So I got here the plants that I'm gonna be, or the one plant I'm gonna be trying to repot, this guy right here. I got the bigger pot that I'm gonna put it in right here. I got some water, some RO distilled filtered water here. I get this out of the Alhambra machines, those ones that fill up the 5-gallon jugs for $2. And then I got my rehydrated long fiber sphagnum moss here. I'm gonna put this in long fiber sphagnum moss opposed to the planting media that it's in right now, which I believe to be a mixture of peat moss and, yeah, I don't even see any perlite. Just a little tiny bit of perlite in there. Obviously a big chunky piece here. We don't really see too much other perlite in there. So I'm thinking this is probably just pure peat moss in there. So first we're gonna take, and this is my first time ever doing this, so this is, just recording the journey. Definitely not a how-to. I could be making mistakes. I just want to log if, I do this right or have something to look back on. So I'm going to end up first putting some of the sphagnum moss in the pot to fill it up. Obviously, this is a way bigger pot. And I wanted to go an oversized pot because most of the Cephalotus that I see online, a lot of them are in way bigger pots. And I wonder if that has something to do, like I said, with keeping the roots out of the water table, if maybe that's why they're not as successful, or these little ones aren't as successful in my eyes. So first we're gonna go ahead and fill this up. I got this really wet for this. I'm gonna try to fill it up to the top. I tried to measure out as much sphagnum as it looked like it could get it to the top, because I really wanted this thing kind of just overfilled. And there we go. I'm gonna make a little tiny hole in there, kind of where I'm gonna try to place the actual plant in there itself. And so we got the rest. We got this pot right here with all the sphagnum in it. This is what I got left. I'm gonna actually just add just a little bit more in there. I think I would definitely rather have more sphagnum that I needed than not enough. Go ahead, just add a little bit more in there, rehydrate it. Get that out of the way. And just kind of get it really nice and moist. Just want to like soaking wet. Okay, now that that's all wet, I wanted to try to be as gentle as I could with these roots, so I don't really want to break them up. So I'm gonna try to get the plant out of the pot, and I'm gonna dunk the soil in the water to try to get the dirt to fall off, because I don't want to try to like take it off with breaking it apart. I'm not sure how fragile or strong these roots are. Let's check the root zone out while we got this up. Go some white roots in there. Okay, they look good. They're not really, the tips look white. They're not dying back or nothing like that. Okay, there is some bigger chunks of perlite in there. Hopefully I'm not doing this too early. Like I said, the plant to me wasn't seeming like it was doing super hot, so I want to see if maybe this was the issue. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can just tease off some of this, some of the dirt here. Try to get these roots exposed. Ooh. Oh yeah, I can just feel it like falling apart in my hand. All the the peat moss is just coming right off. I'm curious to see what this rhizome and everything looks like. Wow, this is working really good actually. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't expect it to be that easy. Wow. Okay, that happened. That worked really good. Check that rhizome out. Oh, let's get it cleaned up just a little bit more if we can. Okay, there goes the rhizome right there. It's actually good and healthy and white. Pretty happy with that. Some good roots on it. A little bit more of that off. Try to clean this up as much as possible. Okay. Honestly, it looks better than I thought it was going to. A little bit. It's hard to tell because of all the peat that's on it, but that rhizome is pretty white. So that's the Cephalotus follicularis out of the media of the peat moss it was in. So now I'm going to take some of the sphagnum. I'm gonna try to get it on camera here. Actually, here, I'm going to do it over this. I'm going to reach in and grab some of the sphagnum out of the tub over there. I'm going to try to keep the rhizome just right at the root, or at the level there of where the dirt's going to be. I'm going to gently just kind of wrap it up. Just try to be a little gentle with it, not hurt it per se. I want to try to keep the plant out, or the rhizome or down low. I want to try to keep that out of the water zone. I don't want it to hopefully not get too wet there. And then after got that first initial wrapping, I'm just going to keep wrapping this thing until it gets into a nice big ball, because it's going into a way bigger pot. So there we go. And I'm just going to take all this. I hydrated the sphagnum, so I'm going to use it. And this is all the sphagnum that was in there. I'm just going to keep wrapping it around and making a nice big ball of it. So there we go. Got all the sphagnum around it. It's making good contact with the roots. Oops. I'm going to push that to the side. Bring the pot it's going to go into. Okay, I'm going to just try to make a hole in here where this big ball of sphagnum is going to go. I'm going to try to get this stuff moved out of the side here. And there we go. I'm going to try to plop it right down in the center of this area right here. Actually, I'm going to take some of this sphagnum out. I'm going to use it to fill in the sides a little bit. That way, because this is going to sit, it's going to be a lot. Oh, here we go. It's going to be a lot in there, which is good. I wanted a lot. Wanted to kind of give this an oversized pot. And there we go. Okay. That's what it looks like in there. And I'm going to try to just gently force this down in there. And there we go. I'm going to use there it is right there. In their natural habitat, they're kind of on hillsides and hills, so I wanted to try to get it in like a mound. Then I'm going to take that sphagnum that we took out of the pot and just kind of fill in these side areas here. I'm going to push down a little firm, not too hard. I don't want to, like I said, break any of the roots or anything, but I definitely want to make sure that all the sphagnum is making good contact. And there we go. And just kind of push that down, push that down. There we go. It's on a little kind of mound there. And we'll put the tag back in here. Obviously, we're going to know it's a Cephalotus, but I'm big on making sure the plants are properly tagged. So there goes my first Cephalotus repot. Hopefully it works out, doesn't kill the plant. If this, in this, I changed the medium, like I said, to sphagnum. I see a lot of carnivorous plants do really well in the long fiber sphagnum. I'm definitely myself quickly becoming a fan of it. I'm just going to push this down again, just a little firm. I just want to make sure that there's good contact between all the sphagnum. And there goes my first Cephalotus repot. Thank you guys for watching.